Hello viewers and wonderful sport lovers out there. Today is Monday the 20th of May 2024 and I'm the phenomenal Cliffy here to give you live updates, sports, football precisely in Europe top 5. And yeah, it's been a very wonderful run. Like the season has been very interesting, a lot of drama up and down from different clubs. And yeah, a lot of persons, like I said, were happy and others were not happy. As we dey talk for Nigeria now, as in this fits other people, it pain other people. So that's where the banter comes in. Everybody's just being a whole lot of skeptical on the social media, and everybody is being sentimental to the best of their own ability, enjoying the moment and relishing it, while others are busy mourning for the moment for their losses, and then others are just trying to console themselves because yes, we didn't get it and yeah, others didn't get it as well. Talking about England, which actually was the interesting part of it all. Like the whole drama in EPL, English Premier League precisely, was very wow this year. Like Manchester City clinched the title, or they claimed the title for the 4th time consecutively. That's for the past 4 years they have been carrying the trophy in England. I wanted to say Nigeria, but well, we won't say Nigeria in this case because Nigeria also has its own gist for its own, coming on later, talking about the WAFU B under 17 tournament which is taking place. And yeah, Nigeria are doing well so far on the 2nd consecutive match which they just won. That was yesterday. And back to Europe, where we have a whole lot of drama happening, or which has already happened, and yeah, we have others that are still in the, like, it's just a very interesting thing to watch matches in Europe. Like, you don't know what to expect, you don't know how it's going to fan out, and you don't know what you will not like. It's just like every match tends to have its own shock in a way. The way you're expecting the match to go out, no, that's not how it goes out. It just play out differently. And yeah, that's why we love football. We say anything can happen. This is football. And yeah, we'll go straight to the results from the midweek last week, which we saw in England. Man City beating Tottenham 2-0 in their own backyard. That's in White Hart Lane. Man City had it all, and yeah, most fans were like that would be the decider of the EPL, of which yes, of course it did, because after Man City won the match, the whole lot of fans were going out there to say like, okay, Tottenham deliberately lost, Arsenal fans precisely, but we wouldn't say they deliberately lost because they knew if they had gotten a point off Man City, automatically Arsenal would have been crowned champions. That if they had won their last matches, they had their last match against Everton, which of course played out well. And then yes, we had Man U beating Newcastle United at home 3-2. We also saw Brighton losing at home to Chelsea, and Liverpool playing an all draw at the Villa Park against Aston Villa. It has been a whole lot of drama, but yes, the drama all came out to yesterday, which was like the final match day 38 in the English Premier League. The Barclays Premier League came to a close yesterday, where we all met a whole lot of drama, but I will giving you all the whole gist, like let's say the results from the Europe top 5 leagues, how it played out between each club, each big club. Precisely, we start from La Liga, where Atletico Madrid lost at home to Osasuna. That was a very unexpected result. Like I said, you don't know what to expect in football, especially in Europe. Then Barcelona won 3-0 at home against Vallecano, and Valencia lost to Girona. Then Villarreal played a 4-4 draw with Real Madrid. That's the almighty Madrid, the Hala boys, the ones who are currently in the Champions League final. But no, it wasn't an easy one for them because Villarreal came out all out. They came all out and they showed that, okay, yes, we can also do this. Just that they did it too late, because when they were supposed to do it, they didn't do it. And right now, the season is already done. Almost done, if I should say. Then in Ligue 1, we have Lorient coming out to shock Clermont. No surprise though, despite the fact that they have been relegated, they still lashed them 5-0. And then Monaco played 4 goals, or scored 4 against Nantes. Then we have in EPL, where the whole thing was very interesting. Yes, Man City won 3-1 against West Ham, and yeah, that was how it ended, and automatically they were crowned champions. Then in other results, Arsenal defeated Everton at home 2-1. Then we have Crystal Palace lashing Aston Villa 5-0. Chelsea played a 2-1 against Bournemouth. It was a win for the Blues, and a very good one. Brighton lost at home again to Manchester United. Sheffield United lost at home to Tottenham 3-0. And Liverpool, yeah, Jurgen Klopp bowed out very strong. His final game in Anfield, which was meant to be a very high one, unfortunately for him, he just didn't end the season the way he wanted to, because at the start of the season, all Liverpool fans were like they're going to win almost everything. That in fact they were coming for the treble. But well, we can't say better than some other teams like Arsenal, Chelsea, and the rest of them. All they have settled for was just the Carabao Cup. And right now, Liverpool won 2-0 against Wolves, which right now, as it stands, Jurgen Klopp is no longer the coach of Liverpool FC. And yes, he has paved way for none other person but Slot himself, which will be coming in to take charge of Liverpool after the summer holidays for the players. Then yes, this is exactly how the top 5 leagues in Europe, this is exactly how they ended. I'm just going to give you the breakdown from the first to the second. In fact, those people, let me just put it this way, the ones who will be going for Europe, and then the ones that are going to be relegated. That's just how I'm going to do it. So in Serie A, we have Inter Milan, who were crowned champions, in the first position. Then AC Milan came second. Bologna, a very shock name on this list. Like, the name is not actually expected. Like I said, in Europe top 5, you don't know what to expect. You don't know how it's going to find out. Bologna came 3rd position in Serie A, and Juventus settled for 4th. Then also going to Europe will be Atalanta, Roma, and Lazio. But as it stands now, there's a chance that Atalanta might qualify for Champions League automatically. That's if they should defeat Bayern Leverkusen, who are unbeaten this season, all through the season, and also the champions of German Bundesliga this season. So if Atlanta should actually manage to beat Bayern Leverkusen at the Europa League finals, automatically they're going to the Champions League. Then the relegated teams in Serie A is none other than Empoli, Sassuolo, and Sportiva Salernitana. Yes, those 3 clubs were relegated. And in Bundesliga, we have Leverkusen, who came first. Stuttgart, a very shock name, like a shocker. We don't expect these particular persons to be here. Stuttgart came second. Bayern came third. That was, of course, after their loss yesterday away to when they lost 4-2 away yesterday. And then we have Leipzig, who settled for 4th position. Dortmund, a very Dortmund, we're expecting them to finish in the top 4 as usual, but no, they came 5th. They ended 5th in the Bundesliga, which is a very, it's very strange in the history of football that, okay, Dortmund, which we know them to be contending for the league with Bayern back to back, but this season it's just been a whole different drama. Leverkusen coming out from nowhere to claim the title for the first time in their history, and then yes, Bayern ending 3rd and Dortmund 5th. This is a very strange one, but Dortmund also still have a chance to qualify for the Champions League next year, or next season rather. That's if they should be able to defeat Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Then we have Frankfurt in the 6th position and Hoffenheim in the 7th position. These clubs here will be going through Europe. We'll be going to Europe. We'll be competing in the European leagues next season. Then the relegated is Bochum, Cologne, and Darmstadt. But Cologne, we don't know the miracle that might happen. They might as well go to Europe. That's if they should be able to defeat Bayern Leverkusen in the German Cup final, which will be very, very soon. Then in League 1, we have PSG in the 1st place, Monaco in the 2nd place, Stade Brestois, which is a very unexpected club, ending 3rd ahead of Lille. This is a very wonderful football is just so, it's just a sport you just have to really, really follow up. The football lovers know what I'm talking about. We can actually vibe together, because no, we don't expect somebody to come out from nowhere. Yesterday, many people didn't actually know this club, but today now they're in the Champions League automatically. Then Nice came 5th, and then Lyon came 6th. The relegated club in Ligue 1 is Metz, Lorient, and Clermont. Then over when we go to La Liga, we have Real Madrid, who were crowned champions, of course. 2nd place, we have Barcelona and Girona. We actually didn't see this one coming, because they have been in a very, they have been outstanding this time. They have been very, very wonderfully organized. Girona came 3rd for the first time in forever. Wow. Then Atletico Madrid in 4th position, which automatically leaves Atletico Bilbao in 5th position and Real Sociedad in 6th. Then Real Betis in 7th. There's just one thing common with all this Real team, is they're always doing well at the end of the season. Then the relegated clubs are Cadiz, Granada, and Almeria. Well, the club or the league is actually not over yet, but let's see. A whole lot of changes. Anything can happen in football, like I said earlier. Then down to EPL, the English Premier League, the Barclays English Premier League, where the drama is situated. We can see, okay, yes, nobody gave Manchester City a guard of honor this term, and that was because Arsenal were like, they fought tooth and nail for this particular trophy, but unfortunately for them, they came short. They got they got it all wrong when they lost at home to Aston Villa a few weeks back, and yeah, Man City capitalized on that, and then they held on to the 2-point lead until the final day of the team. So Man City came out as champions, Arsenal in second place, Liverpool in third, and Aston Villa, for the first time in a very, very, very long time, have qualified for the Champions League again. So let's see what is going to happen in Europe next season. Then Tottenham in 5th place and Chelsea in 6th. Chelsea actually is a very surprise name on this list, because now, come to think of it, a whole lot of persons were looking at it as maybe Man U were better off than Chelsea at the beginning of or mid-season, midway in the season. Like, the whole lot of thrill was going on. Manchester United fans dragging Chelsea fans online, and then Chelsea fans trying to like meet up with the momentum. But yeah, the tables have turned, and none other than Chelsea ended in 6th position, and then Manchester United had to settle for 8th position, which automatically means that if they have to qualify for any European competition next season, they have to defeat Manchester City at the FA Cup final. Else, Chelsea are going to Europe automatically, and Manchester United are going to be playing just the home league or the local leagues or the local competitions. But Chelsea fans, of course, I believe they'll be all out. They're all going to be none other than Man City fans. That's where the banter comes in, which of course we're already feeling the heat, because Chelsea don't want Manchester United in any way to win that competition, so it won't jeopardize their chances of playing in the UEFA Europa League come next season. Then Newcastle settled for the 7th position, and the relegated clubs, of course, Luton, Burnley and Sheffield, the way they came, that's the way they went back, just in that same arrangement. The difference is in this case, Luton just did better than Burnley slightly, but nobody will actually blame them. And for the final rundown of this sports edition this week is going to be the cup finals, which are the last entertaining things which we'll be expecting for this season, and then to wrap the season up, where we're going to have the German Cup final. Of course, we have Bayern Leverkusen versus Cologne FC, and then Manchester City versus Manchester United, who will be fighting it out to see who's going to be crowned the FA Cup champions of England. Then in the Ligue 1, the French League Cup, we have Olympique Lyon, and then we have PSG, who are going to be battling it all out to the end. In the Champions League, or in the Europa League rather, we have Bayern Leverkusen, who will be fighting or will be playing against Atlanta FC. Yes, it's going to be a very interesting game to watch. Very, 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 very interesting and intense matches, because yeah, Atlanta have something to fight for. If we win this tournament, or if we win the cup, we're qualifying for Champions League automatically next season, and Bayern Leverkusen will want to keep actually that bragging right of unbeaten for the whole season. And let's see how it's going to be, because it's going to be a very interesting one. Then the UEFA Champions League final, we have Borussia Dortmund playing in the Champions League final for the first time in a very, very long time against Real Madrid. And yes, Dortmund have a chance of qualifying for the Champions League, because they're going to come back as champions to defend it if they should beat Real Madrid. And Real Madrid are playing to win the Champions League for the 15th time. The 15th time, a bragging right, a record that no club in Europe has actually attempted to even. In fact, I don't really think any club has actually played the Champions League better than Real Madrid in history, because yes, they just have a way of coming through, no matter how deformed that team is. But when you just hear that Champions League anthem, there's just something that fires up those players, and then they give it their all. It's very, very rare that you see Real Madrid losing in a Champions League football match. And wow, this is it. It's football, the phenomenal Cliffy. And yes, there's a whole lot of package coming on. Like I said, other programs just to keep us busy and then keep us entertained, despite the fact that the season is coming to a close. But no, the show still goes on, because we're going to have a whole lot of activities for you out there, sport lovers. Like, we'll be hitting the streets at any time, and then yes, questions and answers. The way you answer, that's how you get rewarded, or that's how your prizes come up. And for now, we're just going to keep our fingers crossed and then hold on for the Euro, because a whole lot of countries are releasing their team list, and the list is also something nobody expects, because some players who automatically felt like we are going no matter what are actually being dropped, and then yes, the ones that are doing better or that did better, unexpected names, are on the list. For today, that's the package we have for you. That's the package I have for you. But stay glued to this channel. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and yes, your comment is very, very important. The opinions are what keeps the whole thing. Like, let's just keep it interactive, and then yes, we know what to bring to the decks and then what to take off come subsequently. And for now, I'm going to say bye and buying out until the next time on Street Football. I still remain the phenomenal Cliffy. Bye.